You've embraced hard work and you achieved success. When it comes to your financial future, there's no leaving it to chance, but there is a lot to consider. Estate tax, market volatility, income tax, Social Security, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm Southwest Florida's financial planner, Alfie Townsend, and protecting and growing your nest egg is my business. Coming up on today's show,
putting your plan through the retirement simulator. Are you ready for the perfect storm? Key legal documents everyone should have, and much more.
Welcome to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner, investment advisor, and insurance professional Alfie Townsend, president of Advantage Retirement Group. Alfie is a published author, radio show host, speaker, and industry leader.
why do you use an annuity? A lot of people use it for the wrong thing.
He works with retirees and pre-retirees to build and protect their nest egg and offers his experience to help those concerned about financial independence in retirement. If you've got questions about retirement, Saving the Investor starts now.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Saving the Investor. It is great to have you with us on this Sunday morning. My name is Craig Wolf, and I am alongside Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional, Alfie Townsend. So good morning, everybody, and great to have you with us. I think largely, Alfie, because of technology, it is a lot easier to do this stuff yourself, to try to do it yourself.
Yeah.
There's lots of financial planners out there. There's experts. You turn it on Fox Business, you put it on CNBC. A lot of input when it comes into your decision making. To really know how you are doing, instead of just looking at the bottom line on one day or another, you have a process, and it's called the Retirement Simulator.
Yep.
Tell us about it.
So we wanted to put something together that makes it simple for people to look at and know what's going on inside their portfolio, inside their retirement plan. So we call it the Retirement Simulator. It's a name I came up with. I know I've told this story many times in workshops with clients because they say, how'd you come up with that name? It's Captain Tom is a great friend of mine. He retired from American Airlines not too long ago. He flew the 777, and he would always have to go every 9 months. All the pilots with American Airlines would have to go into Dallas, where the simulators were of the plane that they fly. If it was 730, 757, 67, whatever it was the simulator. And they would, once they got in there, they would just really say, okay, let's see how they're going to react with a loss of oxygen, a bird strike. They do different things. Matter of fact, Tom said one time while you're sitting down there, as you're leaving the gate, they changed the flight pattern, and they had to recalculate everything as they're going down the runway. So they want to know how you're going to react, and that's the same thing that we do with ours. How's it going to react during good and bad times? Are you taking unnecessary risks? What your fees are? What are you holding? Large companies, small companies, emerging markets? What's going on inside? And you get all that with us. So it's called the Retirement Simulator process, and it's going to show you what your fees are, and not just fees, which are very, very important, but it's going to show you if you're taking unnecessary risk. A lot of times, people are taking more risks than they need to take with the returns that they're getting. So I always say anytime you can reduce your volatility, if you can reduce volatility, not sacrifice returns, sometimes even increase returns, that's a great thing. So we show you all that.
I was lucky enough to meet your friend Captain Tom, and he was telling me how he flew those 777s into Heathrow. I think that was his regular run for a while into London. I thought, what a cool way to make a living.
Yeah, it sure was. And he said they want to see in that simulator how you would react, again, like a bird strike, landing in zero visibility. They want to know how you're going to react when times, unforeseen times come. And it's the same thing. You want to know what's going on inside your portfolio in good times and bad times, and see if your advisor's doing right by you. There's nothing wrong with having that second set of eyes to check it out, to make sure, and it will tell you, hey, he's doing very well, she's doing very well for you. So, then you're saying, oh, that's good. Or you can say, this is the reason why you're not making the returns that everybody else is making, that that you compare yourself to. So that's what we want to do.
The year 2020 behind us was the biggest bird strike and change of flight plan in history. So that's a lesson to be learned going forward.
Believe it or not, it went down 30% the market in 2020 in a matter of 22 days. That was the fastest ever in the history of the stock market. It was like 1929 it took 23 days to lose 30%. So imagine losing, and for the market to end up the way it ended up in 2020, that's what's great about the stock market, is that you have to take the emotion out of it, and the more you know about what's going on inside your own plan that you have, the more comfortable you're going to be, and the more things like something like that will not affect you.
And to time the market, you can't be right once, you have to be right twice.
And continue that if you're going to be pulling out, pulling in, pulling out, putting in. So absolutely, Craig.
Way to go to kick off the show this morning. There's more to come on Saving the Investor, so stay with us.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
Are you interested in creating your dream retirement? Well, I have just the book for you. Unlike most books on investing, it doesn't require a large investment of your time. It's an easy read filled with valuable insights. So valuable, in fact, that everyone who's soon to be retired or already retired should have a copy in hand. And today, it can be yours for absolutely no cost. It's Keeping You on the Retirement Fairway, written by Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional, radio show host, and TV personality. Keeping You on the Retirement Fairway highlights real stories about actual people, illustrating what they've done wrong and what they've done right. The strategies in this book can help you make the right decisions and avoid costly mistakes. If you've saved for retirement, Keeping You on the Retirement Fairway is a book you'll want to have. And you can receive your complimentary copy today, simply by being one of the first 5 callers. Our number is 239-747-1080. That's 239-747-1080. So if you're interested in living your dream retirement, you have nothing to lose and quite possibly have a lot to gain. Call 239-747-1080. Your complimentary copy of Keeping You on the Retirement Fairway is waiting for you.
Well, good morning, everybody. I hope you're enjoying your coffee. I want to talk about the perfect storm. Now, I'm a boater. A lot of people know that I love boating. And have you ever been out on the water and a storm came out of nowhere? It was just the perfect storm. It was a beautiful day and then it blew in. It's scary when it happens. Well, that's how I look at 2020, what happened. There was a perfect storm in 2020. We had the highest market, stock market was at the highest in January. Then we also had unemployment numbers were at like 3.5. The economy was rocking and rolling, and we thought 2020 was going to be a fantastic year. Well, look what happened. When March came, we closed down the economy, just shut it down. Who would think that we would ever shut the economy down like that? The whole United States was shut down. The stock market lost 30% of its value in 22 days. 22 days. That beat the record of the Great Depression, 1929. So things can change in an instant. And I always say things can change in an instant. So what does that mean to you? And what does that mean to our clients? It means that you better have a rock solid retirement plan. You want to look at everything. If you haven't looked at everything in your retirement plan, if you haven't looked at your income plan, where you're going to take income from, if things start to go down again, how low your portfolio can go, how high it can go. You want to look at that. You want to look at your fees. This is a great, great time to really have everything checked out. We call it a stress test. Okay, we call it the retirement simulator, and it really stress tests your portfolio, your income, everything about your retirement. That's what it does. It looks at your fees. These are all things that you want to know anyway, but we don't know 2020. We didn't know that was coming. we don't know what the future is. If we knew what the future is, it'd be very, very easy to plan. But unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, we don't know what the future brings. But what we do know is that we can put a lot of you in a good position, or maybe even a better position. We won't know if we can put you in a better position until you give us a call and let us, stress test your portfolio. And that's called the retirement simulator. So give us a call and let us show you what we can do for you.
Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now. You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
When you're nearing retirement, it's important that your plan includes the proper steps to make an efficient and effective transition. There's a lot to consider. Will your income plan meet your lifestyle? How should you reallocate your assets? Is your withdrawal plan tax efficient? Practice does make perfect, but you only retire once. So how do you know you're making the right decisions and avoiding costly mistakes? Well, it's simple. Call Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional. Alfie has more than 30 years of experience helping people just like you transition into retirement. So be one of the first 5 callers and get your complimentary retirement transition review. Call 239-747-1080. There is no cost and no strings attached. So call now, 239-747-1080. Your retirement transition review includes key deadline schedules, asset reallocation guidance, income plan analysis, and tax-efficient withdrawal strategies. Again, be one of the first 5 callers now, and this review is yours at no cost. Call 239-747-1080. You only retire once, so let's get this right. Call Alfie now.
Welcome to another segment of Team Talk. I'm Mary Thompson in studio with Alfie Townsend, our founder and president. Alfie, a lot of times people come into your office and they've really actually outgrown their advisor.
Yeah.
But change can be hard for people, switching from another advisor over to you. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, think about change in general. And the older we get, the less we like to change.
Right.
And, I'm getting older, and, I love golf, and I wrote a book about golf, to keep you on the retirement fairway. And I was just thinking of a story on the golf course not too long ago that I like reaching for the golf ball to hit it. It feels more comfortable when I reach, but it makes me more inconsistent.
Okay.
So what I did is I moved the ball closer to me, and it feels uncomfortable closer to me, but it makes me get in position to hit the ball. Now, this is not a golf teaching class, but it really made me get in position with the ball closer, and it's a much better ball flight, much better control and everything else. And it's the same thing. Sometimes you have to get uncomfortable to make that change, to put yourself in a better situation. So, sometimes people do outgrow their advisors. I can tell a lot of times is when I start to ask questions and I show them what we're finding out, and they tell me, Alfie, why didn't my advisor tell me about Roth conversion? Why didn't my advisor tell me that I could take this tax deduction? Or why didn't my advisor tell me this? Or,
Right.
And that's when you start to know if, you might have been with that advisor for years and years and years. And a lot of times advisors, Mary, they get complacent because they're doing the same thing over and over and over and over. And you know me, I'm always traveling. I'm traveling throughout the year to find out what's out there, what's new for our clients, and what's the new software people are using, what's new tax codes that people are using. So this is what we do here at the Advanced Retirement Group to stay ahead, and I think it really benefits not just us, but our clients.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a great point. So thank you, Alfie.
Oh, you're welcome.
If you've outgrown your advisor or would like to meet with Alfie for a second opinion, give us a call.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
Remember the Wall Street bailouts? Those same big banks and financial firms have been fined billions for misleading customers. And now they want to manage your retirement savings. Why would you trust them? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional. My values are Main Street, not Wall Street. As an independent advisor, I don't work for shareholders, I work for you. If you want a fresh start with a local advisor, give me a call today.
We all have a picture of our perfect retirement, but how do we get there? At Advantage Retirement Group, helping you get there is our business. We're passionate about getting to know you, learning your hopes and dreams. Why? So we can work with you to achieve them. How? By maximizing the money you've saved, minimizing the dollars you pay in taxes and the risk you are exposed to, and creating a retirement income plan that ensures your savings lasts a lifetime. We're thankful to work with so many wonderful people, and we'd love to work with you too. Call Advantage Retirement Group today for your no-cost, no-obligation evaluation. 239-747-1080. Your retirement is too important to put off. Call now, 239-747-1080.
You've got questions, and Alfie has the answers that will keep you on the retirement fairway. Fortunately, I inherit a fair sum from my parents' estate. I want to use some of that money, but at the same time, I'd like to be in a position so my kids will inherit some money too. What's the best way to go about that?
So it's funny that you say you inherited money and you want your kids to inherit money too. I'm going to give you an example of an actual client. He inherited a large sum of money, but he wanted to spend some of that money, him and his wife, but he also wanted to make sure that his children, there was 3 of them, that they would inherit money too. So I said, how much do you want them to inherit? He said $500,000 each. So what we did is this, we did a life insurance policy for $1.5 million, and we're gonna pay that money out of his inheritance, some of it, not all of it, of course, over 5 years. So we're gonna pay that money over 5 years, and the kids are guaranteed to have $500,000 each, 100% tax-free. So he loves that because now he knows he has this other money that him and his wife can go on cruises, they can spend it, and whatever's left, the kids are going to inherit it too, but they can spend with confidence. That's what I like. I want my clients to be able to spend with confidence and have that abundance thinking opposed to the scarcity mode. They have the abundance mode, and that's a great way to do it if you're looking for a legacy to pass on to your kids and still have money to spend.
How much should I contribute to my 401k?
You know, that question, how much should I contribute to a 401k? It really depends on your needs at this time. If you can afford to put a lot in, max it out. But what I would consider is a Roth 401k. I would consider that because if you can get some, you don't get to have the write-off right now, but if you can have tax-free money down the road, that's the key right there. Because if taxes go up and you're taking out $50,000 and it's tax-free, that's like taking out $80,000 if taxes start to really go up. So it's very important to find out if you could do a Roth, because that might be your option instead of saying how much can I put in. Find out the tax consequences of doing a Roth versus just a 401k.
I hear people talking about active and passive investing. Can you explain the difference? And is one better than the other?
So you have 2 philosophies. You have active on one hand and passive on the other hand. What does that mean? In the short term, what it means is this. If you have a portfolio that's actively managed, that means they're going to make changes. They're going to change based on sectors. I'm more of a active. I like active because let's just say, look, we had 2020 a while ago. 2020, the international funds were doing awful. We were able to take money out of the international, move it over to the U.S., and had a great year in 2020. But what happens with passive, typically, you build a portfolio and you leave it and you rebalance. So it's more of a buy and hold opposed to making changes. Now, they both will work, but I tend to like the active much more because you can make changes.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
If you're like most of us, you don't want more of your hard-earned dollars going to the government, but President Trump's tax cuts may be on the way out. And it's not just your income tax that could go up. President Biden's plan also includes increasing estate tax, which means the legacy you leave for your loved ones could be a lot smaller than you had planned. So now, more than ever, is a time for you to be proactive instead of reactive with your retirement planning. That's why you should call Alfie Townsend right now, before it's too late. Call 239-747-1080. Alfie is Southwest Florida's certified financial planner professional, and he'll make sure that no part of your financial life is overlooked when planning for retirement, and that includes taxes. Find out what the new administration can mean for your retirement with help from Alfie, and he'll make sure that you're well positioned for whatever changes may come. Call Alfie now, 239-747-1080.
Welcome back to Save the Investor, and we do have a special guest here today, Greg Nussbickle. He is an attorney, so he's going to talk about some of these legal documents that everyone I feel needs. And so if you can explain some of the important documents here in Southwest Florida that you run across, that you do for people that come into your office.
Absolutely. So when it comes to estate planning, I think a lot of times people focus on the after-death documents like your will and your trust to distribute assets and so forth. But a big part of our planning is to make sure that the individual, our client, is taken care of. If they become incapacitated, if they can't handle their own affairs, that we have the right people in place stepping in when they need it to help out.
So it's going to be like what's that called? A Springer power of attorney?
There's a springing power of attorney.
What's that one now? Because I know that something has to happen before it goes into effect.
Yeah, that's the kind that actually springs into effect when the individual is already incapacitated. So
that's important then, right?
It can be helpful, but in Florida nowadays, they actually have to be immediately effective unless they were done before the law changed. So if you have a springing power, it can still be effective, but if you're doing a new one, it has to kick in right away.
Gotcha. So what are the documents that you feel are the most important right now? People that are, they're getting their affairs up, they're not planning on going anywhere, but they just want things in order so their kids don't have to make decisions, or other people that they don't know have to make decisions.
At a minimum, you're going to want that power of attorney in place because that's going to let somebody handle your financial affairs. They can pay your bills, they can sign contracts, and they can pretty much take over if you no longer have the ability to do that.
So you have to be incapacitated for that to work on that one.
Depending on how it's set up. But that's really when it's most helpful. So it can be a convenience before that point, but once you become incapacitated, if you don't have that in place, then you may need a guardianship or some legal proceeding to get somebody to help.
Okay, what's another form that you would need, another document?
So similar to that, you might have a healthcare surrogate.
Yes.
So that's kind of like a power of attorney, but it's for healthcare decisions. So who talks with your doctor, who's going to get that confidential health information, that kind of thing.
And is that one that would make the decision if you were, on a life support?
It very well could be. So you might put together what's called a living will also, which is giving your direction about what would happen in an end-of-life type of scenario. But ultimately, their healthcare surrogate's kind of your go-to person. They're your agent. They're going to be stepping in. And if there's a judgment call to be made, that's the one who's going to do it.
So that person really needs to be, if you have like a nurse in your family, a doctor in your family, that would be probably the most
It can be really helpful.
Yes.
Also somebody who's kind of cool-headed in an emergency.
Yeah.
So sometimes I have clients where, they love their children, of course, but one of them just, really can't handle a stressful situation, and the other one is going to follow their wishes and be able to really make that happen for them.
So when it comes down to it, you're going to have these documents. When people come in and do a trust with you, if they're going to do a will and a trust with you, they're going to get these other documents with it? Is it like a whole package?
Yeah, they all serve a different purpose. So we wouldn't want there to be any gaps. We want to give you the whole package.
So we're talking really about documents that you need now, and then documents you would need, when we're we're here for a certain time. I always say we're renting space here, and we happen to be renting space in paradise. But when that time comes, then what happens is you want to make sure that your kids don't have to worry about the things that you can take care of now. So that's what it's all about. I always tell people, you just go ahead and plan now so you can enjoy retirement while you're living, and then upon death, then it's going to be the way that you want it, and not other people are going to make that decision for you.
Yeah, you're doing yourself a favor, and you're doing these people a favor so that they're able to help out, and they've got the powers to do that to make sure it happens the way you want it to.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Well, listen, thanks for sharing that with us.
My pleasure.
Yes. So if you want to know more about these legal documents, things that you should be doing right now, give us a call. We'd like to help you out.
Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now.
Retirement gives you long-awaited opportunities. You finally gain control over how you spend your time. But you also need control of your investments, of your hard-earned money. There are a lot of moving parts, and just saving over the years is the first part. What about generating income, your Social Security, minimizing taxes, or managing risk? If you save for retirement, call us at 239-747-1080. Retirement can last more than 20 years, yet many people don't have enough money saved to get through 1 decade, let alone 2. Call us at 239-747-1080. Let us show you how to make your nest egg go the distance. That's 239-747-1080.
Mondo Uomo specializes in remarkable clothing for the remarkable man. Like our exclusive selection of Bugatti and St. Croix shirts and sweaters. Visit our store in Naples at the Village on Venetian Bay or online at mondouomo.com. Mondo Uomo offers a remarkable selection of the latest styles in menswear. Visit Mondo Uomo at the Village on Venetian Bay in Naples. Alberto, Bugatti, St. Croix, Zanella. Come see what remarkable shopping is all about.
You have a club for every scenario, a driver for the long holes, wedges to get you over the hazards, and a putter when you need a touch of finesse. And you need plenty of these, too. What about your retirement? Will you have enough to play the back nine? Find out today. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review with Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Call 239-747-1080.